Good morning, students. So in the previous class we have studied various oxidation and reduction reactions. Before moving further, let us do some exercise, right? So the in-text questions given in your NCERT is that you have to arrange the following compounds in increasing order of their reactivity in nucleophilic addition reactions. You have to arrange the following compounds in increasing order of their reactivity to nucleophilic addition reaction. Right. So the compounds given, first set is ethanol, then propanol, then propanone, and then butanone. So these four compounds are given and you have to arrange them in increasing order of reactivity towards a nucleophilic addition reaction. So let us draw the structure. This is your ethanol. This is propanol, propanone, and butanone. Right. Now you have to compare. So you know that as the plus I effect increases, the polarity of this carbonyl group decreases. Why? Because when we have actually this carbonyl group is a polar group. So carbon will be bearing the positive charge and oxygen will be bearing the partial negative charge, right, due to the polarity of the bond. Now what happens, if suppose the positive charge on this carbon is more, the nucleophile can come and easily attack this carbon. If we decrease the positive charge on the carbon, then the polarity of the bond will decrease and the nucleophilic addition reaction will become difficult. Now how this positive charge can decrease? This can decrease by adding here plus I effect group. Now you know that this methyl group, it is a plus I effect group. So it releases the electron towards this carbon, hence the positive charge will decrease. The polarity of this bond will decrease. And when the polarity will decrease, it will become difficult for the nucleophile to attack. So let us keep in mind this point. And also, if the bulkier group are present on this carbon, on this carbonyl carbon, then also due to steric hindrance, it will be difficult for the nucleophile to attack. So keeping both the points in mind, we will consider these four structures. So see here we have only one methyl group, right? So plus I effect group is only one. Here we have ethyl group, so bulkier than the methyl group, and also the plus I effect increases here. Here you see from two sides we have plus I effect group, hence the polarity further reduces. And here bulkier group also is present and on both the side we have plus I effect group. So if I give the number 1, 2, 3, 4 to these compounds, then ethanol should be most reactive. Then we should have this propanol. You also know that aldehydes are more reactive than ketone. Then out of this propanone and butanone is least reactive, right? And then propanone. So butanone, propanone, then propanol, and then ethanol. This will be the increasing order of reactivity. More the plus I effect group, more the bulkier group, lesser will be the reactivity. So keep this point in mind, right? Now let us come to the next question. Next set which is given, it is benzaldehyde, then para toluidaldehyde, then para-nitrobenzaldehyde, and then acetophenone. So these 4 compounds are given, right? And we have to compare the reactivity. So let us draw these structures. The first one is benzaldehyde, second one is para-tolualdehyde, then third one is para-nitrobenzaldehyde, and fourth one is acetophenone, right? So these are the 4 compounds which are given. So again we will compare. Now you know that benzaldehyde, here this carbonyl group, it displays the -m effect. It will withdraw the electron from the benzaldehyde, isn't it? So from this benzene ring. So what will happen here? Actually the polarity of this carbon is decreasing due to the -m effect. Now if suppose we are attaching here plus I effect group such as here, so further it will release the electron towards the benzene ring, and benzene ring will release the electron towards the carbonyl carbon. So reactivity will decrease once due to this benzene ring, the other due to this methyl group. Now here this nitro group, it is electron withdrawing in nature. So it withdraws the electron, hence the electron density on this benzene ring will decrease, right? And when it will decrease, then what will happen? It will decrease electron density on this carbonyl carbon. So reactivity of para-nitrobenzaldehyde will be more than that of benzaldehyde. Whereas here you see in the case of acetophenone, right? In the case of acetophenone, you know that at one side we have this benzene ring, the other side we have this methyl group. It is also displaying here, though it is having the -I effect, but here this carbonyl group is withdrawing the electron from the benzene ring, and this is also playing the +I effect, right? So both side carbon is receiving the electron density, hence this will be the least reactive, because this will be the least polar bond. So fourth will be least reactive, and then we will come to the second one, where that is this one, para-tolualdehyde, because here also electron releasing group is present. And then we will have this benzaldehyde, where only electron releasing group is present, and the most reactive will be the para-nitrobenzaldehyde, where due to the presence of this nitro group the reactivity increases. Understood? So this will be the order, that is 4, 2, 1 and then 3. Got it? 4, 2, 1 and 3. So note down this one. Now come to the next question. We have to predict the products. Predict the products. So the first one given is, we have been given here cyclopentanone, right? Cyclopentanone is given, and we have to react it with hydroxylamine. We have to react it with hydroxylamine. So you know that when carbonyl compounds react with hydroxylamine, then oxime are formed. This is cyclopentanone. So we will get oxime. This water will be released. NOH. This will be cyclopentanone oxime, and water will be removed. Got it? So this is the first one. Then the second one is given. We have cyclohexanone given, right? And it is reacting with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine. So when it reacts with 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazine, I will write it as H2N. So 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone will be formed, isn't it? It will be cyclohexanone. I will write here because I think you are not able to see here. I will write the product here. So it is a cyclohexanone 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone or 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone of cyclohexanone, right? You can write in that way also, or cyclohexanone 2,4-dinitrophenylhydrazone. Understood? Now next one. Third is given RCH double bond CH CHO. That is one. Actually you have been given unsaturated aldehyde and it reacts with semicarbazole is given. Semicarbazide is given. Semicarbazide. It reacts with semicarbazide. So the semicarbazone is formed. So you will form. Now here you have to remove hydrogen from this side. So CH double bond N NH CO NH2. So it is semicarbazone. The name of the reactant is not given. It is a general compound given. So we will just write semicarbazone. Now the fourth one which is given is that we have been given acetophenone and we have to react it with ethylamine. So when we react it with ethylamine, we will get Schiff's base of acetophenone. CH3 we will write here and double bond of N CH2 CH3. So Schiff's base of acetophenone. Schiff's base of acetophenone will be formed, right? So this is how we will do the reaction. Now the next question given is that how give a simple chemical test to distinguish between the following pairs, right? We have to give the simple test to distinguish between the following pairs. So one or two I will show you how to do these questions, such as you have to distinguish between propanol and propanone. So students, first of all you should draw the structure of the compound. You will get an idea. Propanol and propanone. So how will you distinguish? Now you know that this one is an aldehyde and this one is a ketone. So aldehydes will respond to Tollens test, Felling's test, right? Whereas ketones will not respond. So you can give the test, Tollens test and Felling test of propanol, such as when propanol reacts with Tollens reagent, carboxylate ion will be formed, silver mirror will be formed along with ammonia and water, which will not be formed in the case of propanone. So this is how we can distinguish between the propanol and propanone, right? Any one test you can give, which should not be given by the other compound. Got it? Now the second one is acetophenone and benzophenone. Acetophenone and benzophenone. So acetophenone is this is acetophenone and this is benzophenone. Right. So how will you distinguish between them? Because both of them are ketones. So to distinguish between acetophenone and benzophenone, we know that here we have this methylated carbonyl group, right? And when methylated carbonyl group is there, it responds to haloform reaction or iodoform reaction, which benzophenone will not respond. So we will go for the haloform reaction for the acetophenone. So let us write it: C6H5 COCH3 plus I will write direct reaction 3I2 plus 4NaOH will give you C6H5 COO minus, that is benzoate ion will be formed here. Then we will get iodoform 3NaI plus 3H2O. So this iodoform formation, which is in the form of yellow precipitate, it shows that the given compound contain methylated ketone the given compound is a methylated ketone and acetophenone. So acetophenone will respond to this test, whereas benzophenone will not respond to this test, right? So we can distinguish between these two. So similarly you can do the various questions. Understood? I will give you in the assignment, you will complete it. Okay, now we will study the next reaction, that is the fourth type of reaction which is shown by aldehydes and ketones, that is reaction due to alpha hydrogen. So students, we will study reactions due to alpha hydrogen. Now what is alpha hydrogen? The carbon which contain the functional group, it is known as alpha carbon. So this carbon is the alpha carbon. Now the hydrogen which is attached to this alpha carbon, they are known as alpha hydrogen. So in this way, this carbon contains 3 alpha hydrogen. Right. Now this alpha hydrogen, right, this alpha hydrogen atom has acidic nature. Why it has acidic nature? Because of the polarity of this carbonyl group. This carbonyl group is polar. Oxygen will take the electron, so carbon will become positive. So it will withdraw the electron from this carbon. Hence this carbon will become electron positive, right, or positively charged. Then it will withdraw the electron from this CH bond. Hence the proton can be easily donated. If a base is there to accept the proton, it will take up the electron, the proton, and the electron will be donated to the carbon, right? So carbon will bear the negative charge because this CH bond electrons have been given to this carbon. Therefore this carbon will bear negative charge. Now this anion which is formed, it will resonance stabilize itself. These electrons will move to the oxygen oxygen will become negatively charged. To make up the deficiency, this negative charge electrons, they will come here to form the double bond, and it will stabilize itself. So due to the polarity of the carbonyl group, this alpha hydrogen is acidic in nature, and due to which it shows various reactions. The first reaction which is shown by it is, and very important reaction, is aldol condensation. Now what is aldol condensation? Here what happens, the aldehydes and ketones which contain alpha hydrogen atom, at least one alpha hydrogen atom they should contain, then in the presence of dilute alkali as a catalyst, they condense together to form alpha hydroxy aldehyde or alpha hydroxy ketone. Sorry, not alpha, beta hydroxy aldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone. Once more listen, the aldehyde or ketones which contain at least one alpha hydrogen in the presence of dilute alkali as a catalyst condense together to form beta hydroxy aldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone. If it is beta hydroxy aldehyde, it is known as aldol, or if beta hydroxy ketone, then it is known as ketol, and the reaction is known as aldol condensation. Right? Let us see. Suppose we have here ethanol. Now this ethanol contains alpha hydrogen. So when ethanol reacts in the presence of dilute alkali, which we have taken as a catalyst, so what happens? Self condensation, means they will combine together. Okay, now you have to remember that here one of them will be acting as a nucleophile and the other will be acting as an electrophile, right? This is acting as an electrophile here, and this will be acting as a nucleophile here. So what will happen here? The hydrogen from here, see this carbon, this bond is a polar bond, so this carbon will become positively charged and this oxygen will become negatively charged, right? So the hydrogen, the proton from here will be accepted by this oxygen, and the remaining molecule which will become negatively charged, this anion which will be formed here, it will go and attack this carbon. So a condensation product will be formed, right? See here, hydrogen from here is moving here, so single bond OH. This hydrogen, it will remain here only, and the remaining molecule here, that is CH2 CHO, will come to condense. Now you have to remember that in the nucleophile, the carbon, that is alpha carbon, should attack on the carbonyl group, on the carbon of the carbonyl group of the first molecule, right? The alpha carbon of the second molecule should attack on the carbonyl carbon of the first molecule, okay, and the condensation product will be formed. So see here, this is your alpha carbon and this is your beta carbon, so it is beta hydroxy aldehyde, okay, commonly it is beta hydroxy aldehyde, and since it contains aldehyde group and alcoholic group, so commonly it is known as aldol, right? And the name is aldol condensation. Now further what happens, when it is heated, then OH from here, H from here, so water molecule is removed, and here double bond will come to make up the deficiency. Here double bond will come. This is alpha, this is beta, in between there is unsaturation, so alpha beta, you can't see, I will write here, so it will lose water molecule and you will get right. So this carbon is alpha, this is beta, so alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde will be formed. The final product is alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde is formed here, right? IUPAC name of this compound is, what is it? But2E1R. Butte 2 in 1 al. Right, so you can write it on your own. Have you understood this aldol condensation? Let us take one more example. Now this time I will take one ketone. Reaction can be done with either aldehyde or ketone. So let us take here propanol. Okay. So what will happen here? The reaction will take place in the presence of dilute alkali. See students, there is two must condition for this reaction. The first condition is that the reaction take place in the presence of dilute alkali, right, which is acting as a catalyst. The other condition that there should be presence of alpha hydrogen. So these two conditions are required. So what happens here? Hydrogen from here, I will write it as CH2. This will become minus and H plus. Can I write it? Because it is acting as a nucleophile here. So this H will go here and the remaining group will go and attach here. So we will get CH3, COH, CH2, CO, CH3 and here CH3. Okay, this is alpha carbon because this is your carbonyl group. So this is alpha carbon, this is your beta carbon. Okay, so alpha, beta, unsaturated. Ketone is formed. No, sorry, not alpha, beta, unsaturated ketone. Ketol is formed here. Okay, because here ketonic group is there, alcoholic group is also there. So first of all, ketol will be formed. Now it will undergo removal of water, dehydration. So OH from here and H from here. So it will be removed and we will get alpha beta unsaturated ketone. Alpha beta unsaturated ketone, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, right? So pent 3E 2O will be formed. So this is how aldol condensation take place. Here this molecule is acting as an electrophile and the other one is acting as a nucleophile. Understood? So this is aldol condensation. The condensation when there is alpha hydrogen between the two molecules of aldehyde or between the two molecules of ketone to first give beta hydroxy aldehyde or beta hydroxy ketone, and then on losing water it forms alpha beta unsaturated aldehyde or ketone, and this reaction is known as aldol condensation. Now next we will study cross aldol condensation in the next class. Till then, goodbye.